Today I'm going to talk about every young wife's struggle, because I've been there and I've fallen in that temptation. But today I would like to teach young sisters how to overcome this area and also to focus on the purpose that God has created for them. Praise the Lord, guys. If you're new here, kindly subscribe. Let us walk this journey together. I've realized that the difference between men and women, maybe in this particular area, is that women, we fantasize a lot about marriage as young as possible. Maybe if you see young girls and young boys when they're playing, young girls, they will be playing more of roles of a mother, like with the dolls. They are feeding, they are cooking, they are just fantasizing when they're still young, very young. I can see even my daughters, even the 3-year-old has already started cooking, taking care of a doll, and yet when it was a boy, he had nothing like that in thought. So these are some of the fantasies that we grow up with, that when we get into marriage, we get into a place whereby we shift our focus from God, from our purposes, and from other things, and focus on the one particular man, our husband. Don't get me wrong, it's good to serve, to help your husband and all that, but you are not just created all in all just to be a helper alone. You have only other facets of your life, and these are the areas that I'm going to talk about. So the struggles, a young wife's struggle most of the time is to abandon all other areas of her life and focus on this one man. So I'd like to challenge you that as you get married, there's 4 areas that you need not to leave or abandon as you pursue a marriage relationship, because all these 4 areas feeds into marriage, feeds into who you are, so that to bring up the best of you in this relationship. So have you had so many times women complaining that I have invested in this man, I have done everything, and just left me like that? He left you in that state of growth. What were you doing? When he grows, you also need to be growing, so that to meet at a par, so that you don't feel like I was left behind, I was just there helping, and me. You give. You can't just be giving without also growing. Some that are thing. So these are 4 areas that you need also to focus on as a young wife, or if you are here to learn this area. Is that number 1 is spirituality. We tend, as wives, we tend to now release that role of God. God is number 1. As the triangle is that God, husband, wife, like that is how it should be. So as wife, there is, if we are not careful, there's a high tendency for you to release that hope of looking at God and putting that focus on your husband. So you should be very careful, or else you'll get yourself consulting your husband more than you are consulting God. As a single person, you are always, when you face an issue, you're like, oh God, what should I do in this situation? How should I go about it? That if you're married, there's a high likelihood you'll be consulting your husband first, which is so wrong. God is a jealous God, and we can't replace God's position with our husbands. So this also makes us to idolize our husbands, in that we expect too much from them, so that when they do something that is contrary to what, and I'm not talking about perfection, we will feel like you've been failed terribly. No, this is just a human being. He's just a human being. So do not stop growing spiritually. Your relationship spiritually, in this aspect, I'm talking about your relationship with God himself. Continue serving him, continue praying to him, continue putting him number 1, continue asking him first before you are man. That is it. Continue putting him on the throne before you are man. That is it. So that you should not flip that relationship. If you do, there will be a problem. Number 2 growth is intellectual growth. In that, if you are, we need to be growing intellectually. In that, you don't just, whatever you learned like years ago. For example, I've cleared campus in so many years, more than, almost 10 years ago. So if I stop just studying that place, how will I be knowing with other things? You need to grow. You need to add skills. You need to improve your skills, sharpen your skills. You need to grow into maybe in your career. Okay, career, I'll talk about it as another aspect, but also intellectual skills, so that I heard about, there is this speaker, my mentor, I usually follow her a lot in social media, Funke Adejubo. She said that when she got married to her husband, the type of the fellowship, the type of members in their church were just the average person people. But as they were growing over years, God had grown the congregation into that now leaders, great leaders of the nation were coming from. We are talking about governors, senators, and other CEOs were coming out of the church. And she saw the type of people that the husband were interacting with was now improving, like growing. She realized, if I just stay here and with just my certificate, I'll be outweighed. She went back to school to improve her intellectual knowledge, so that the people that she is when the husband is interacting with them, when she's there, she's also in our ability, in a position to interact them in that aspect. I hope you have gotten me here. Read books, watch educational videos, acquire new skills, like improve yourself as an individual. We have a high aspect as young wives to say, like, my husband is doing great. We are adding PhD, we are just there. He's adding masters, we are just there. He's going for trainings and improving himself, we are just there. Supporting him. Yes, continue supporting him, but also work on yourself. The third area that I need you to look into it is financial or career-wise. Financial aspect or career-wise. As a lady, you also, as you support your man to grow career-wise, don't be left just stagnant. Look into it. As a young woman, when you are still single, what were your dreams? What were your aspirations? What were your desires? What were you longing for? Do not leave them aside. Continue pursuing that career. If you desire to be a business person, pursue it. And it's good when your man is supportive. But others are not. But you don't have to. If they don't rely on them, like, you have to support me for me to grow, you have to push me. Now push yourself the way you used to. Because there's also tendencies that when a man is get married, they leave their careers, or they don't want any career growth. Now they focus on the man. The man is growing. He's become he's a senior, he's a middle level, he's a manager, middle level manager, he's a CEO, and you're just there. Why are you not growing? Yeah, even if it's in a business, grow that business into something else. Support this man, help this man even in ways of bringing finances in that house. In this era we are living in, I love it, because with the technology, you can make money even if you are in the house. You can improve your career skills even you are in the house. Like, internet is everything. You can do trade using your phone. So just don't sit like, I don't have to do. No, look for ways to increase your finances. Yeah. God forbid, if he's not there, maybe he dies or something happens to him, who will take care of those kids financially? Well, that's some of the questions that I'm asking you. Lastly, I want to talk about our social circle. Increase in social circle, or improve that social circle. I used to hear Tambo, like, when young women marry, they drop their single friends. Now no, that is not it. Even if you get a husband who tells you to drop all your single friends, or your friends that you were with before you got married. I'm talking about good friends with the same values as you. Why are you dropping them? In fact, you need to be improving them, also increasing them. If you drop, maybe because of your own issues, but also your social circle. Don't seclude yourself only like, I'm married now, it's just me and my husband. No, there are times also your husband needs rest. As women, we like talking, we like sharing, we like conversing. So when we are doing this, we need people from different faces so that we can talk to them in certain issues that our husband doesn't know. We need shoulders to lean on. Yes, we lean on our husband, but They won't be just be there always. That is the reality. Or they won't be maybe if as ladies, there are things that ladies they understand better than sharing to the man. So you need an increased circle. They say that your network is your net worth. So people that will be able to you reason with, you will challenge each other, you will do projects with, increase also, invest in a very good circle that is surrounding you, so that you won't reach somewhere and say like, he secluded me, I was only with him. It's a high risk, it's a high chance that it's you yourself who did that. So kindly, if you're new here, subscribe and let us work on this jam marriage life together and celebrating. For those who are still single, I know this video is very important also for you guys to learn and to understand that yes, this institution is amazing, but don't forget yourself in all those 4 areas that we have discussed, so that later on you won't be blaming your man, you won't have like a bitterness. So sometimes later, maybe when you look back, you feel like a regret. I wish ingekuwa hii ndoa, ningekuwa mbali, ingekuwa hii huyu mtu singekuwa mbali. No, as you make your choices of your partner, or if you already made your choice, improve in these 4 areas so that you can also be growing together with him. May God bless you. Bye.